Well, Wish TV is your education station. President Joe Biden is taking another swing at forgiving student loans.
The latest proposal is more narrow than the one that the Supreme Court struck down last summer. News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist talked with your elected officials at both the state and federal levels.
This new proposal focuses more on interest payments than on the loans themselves, but it's still almost sure to run into legal challenges. Biden's latest proposal would forgive up to $20,000 in interest payments for people who now owe more than they originally borrowed. All student debt would be canceled for people who have been making payments for at least 20 years. Officials would also cancel debt for people who are eligible for debt canceling programs but have not enrolled in them. And there would be a new rule to cancel debt for borrowers who are at high risk of default due to financial hardship. The Biden administration estimates the plan could affect up to 30 million people nationwide. Administration officials say they're still working on numbers for individual states.
It's a loan and should be repaid back. But also, the part that's really tricky is that interest. There are people who want to pay it back, but because of the interest, they get trapped in that high interest loan.
The U.S. Supreme Court last summer struck down Biden's first proposal. That version would have forgiven up to $10,000 worth of debt for anyone making less than $125,000 per year. Republicans say this new proposal almost certainly will face court challenges as well.
And actually, it's Robin Hood in reverse. This is taking from hardworking Americans, giving it to really, in many cases, liberal elites. It's many, many people paying for college education for others.
Houchin says she'd rather focus on forcing universities to control costs going forward. Ford says many of his constituents need help with their student debt now.
And me personally, I'm still paying back my student loans. So I know the impact of that. And quite frankly, I know what it's like to have to sit at the kitchen table and maybe let a bill go. So that way you can pay your college, repay back some of that loan.
The proposal is far from a done deal. Even barring legal challenges, Biden says the Department of Education still has to go through the actual rulemaking process. He says some debt relief could come as early as this fall. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.